Today's true story from the Bible comes from Matthew chapter 12. Back when God gave his people the 10 Commandments, one of the laws said, "Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy." He literally commanded people to take one day a week just to rest. Doesn't sound too bad. Sleep in, play a game, have a snack. Yeah, rest. But the religious leaders in Jesus' time took rest to a new level. They made a list of 39 ways someone could break the Sabbath. Imagine if your teacher said, "If you do any of these 39 things, you're going to the principal's office." I'd be getting to know that principal pretty well. Now, keep in mind, God didn't give those 39 rules. People made them up. One Sabbath day, Jesus and his disciples were walking through a field and got hungry. So the disciples plucked some grain and ate it. Easy peasy. But the Pharisees, the rule guys, weren't having it. They got onto Jesus like, "Your disciples harvested grain? They broke the Sabbath law!" Jesus stayed cool as a cucumber. He just gave examples of why their rules didn't make any sense. And he reminded them God had said, "I desire mercy, not sacrifice." Jesus was trying to help them understand. God doesn't try to trip people up so he can punish them. He's about second chances and mercy. The Pharisees were supposed to be religious leaders, but rules or no rules, they'd never be right with God if they didn't change their hearts. Then he said, "The Son of Man," that's Jesus by the way, "is Lord of the Sabbath." Kind of like, I know you don't get it, but my authority comes from God, and he says I've got things to do. So, Jesus walked into a synagogue and met a man with a shriveled up hand. The Pharisees were like, "Okay, Jesus, since you're Lord of the Sabbath, is it all right for you to heal this man on the Sabbath? Is that also not against the law?" Jesus said, "Well, if you had a sheep and it fell into a pit on the Sabbath, wouldn't you get it out? This man is worth a lot more than a sheep. So yes, it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath." He turned back to the man he had met and said, "Stretch out your hand." Just like that, it was healed and healthy. Now, not only did the Pharisees feel like Jesus insulted their rules, but they were also just suspicious. How was he doing this stuff? They weren't going to stand for this much longer. Some people think the way to be on God's good side is to follow strict rules. But the thing is, we can follow a bajillion rules and still not be perfect. Because we're humans, and humans mess up. But Jesus loved us enough to pay the price for our sins. Believing in him is what matters most.